Good morning and welcome back to the channel. It's Richard from Power Lines to Power Naps. Wednesday morning, a bit cloudy, a bit overcast this morning, but still very warm. I'm down at Nui's kitchen. We've been busy the last couple of weeks, so been a bit hectic. Low season is lowish, but we're still relatively busy, which is good. So today we're going to have a chat. Is it time to burn my lucky shirt? I think it is, actually. Let's go for a walk and take a look at what the hell I'm on about. Hi, I'm Richard. Welcome to my channel, from Power Lines to Power Naps. This is my wife, Nui, and together we both left the UK in February 2022 to start and enjoy a new life and new adventures in Phuket, Thailand. Join us on our new journey together and experiences. Sit back and enjoy. It's hanging the washing out. Look what's been washed. I'm not sure whether to put this out for drying or to burn it. My lucky shirt. What's that all about? You'll find out in the video. Thanks for watching. So good morning again. Welcome back. I've come down to Qatar Beach for today's little chat. I do hope the wind noise and the sea noise is not interfering too much. I'll just spin the camera around and show you where I am. Qatar Beach. Still very overcast, but it has got extremely hot. So I've come to find a little shady spot to have a talk. Still quite a lot of people on the beach. Not quite as busy. Obviously it's low season, but still a lot of people here enjoying their time in Phuket, Thailand. Qatar Beach, the sea is getting a little rougher now, which it does in our summer, and it prompts the surfers to come out. And later on in the summer, July, August, there's quite a lot of surfing competitions out here. Today's subject may be, I apologise now, a little boring for some. For others interesting. And for people that live here, expats like myself, very important. That subject, immigration. Now, like I've said before, for many of you that visit the island or visit Thailand for a holiday, certainly from England and many other countries, you won't have a problem and you won't really get involved with immigration. You will arrive into Thailand, into your designated airport, Bangkok, Phuket, wherever. You will go through immigration, you will hand over your passport, and you will get a 30-day stamp. As long as you leave the island or leave Thailand by the end of that 30 days, you've got an immigration free time, 30 days to holiday, nothing else to do. Great. However, if you live here and you're here on a long-term visa, and with the exception of the elite visa, which is very expensive to buy, but with the exception of that, other long-term visas, marriage, like I'm on, retirement, education, volunteering, you'll only get 12 months at a time. Every 12 months you'll have to go back to immigration, submit all your documents again, and apply for a further 12 months. So, is it time to burn my lucky shirt? Yes, sadly I think it is. I think my luck just ran out. Anybody watching that's had similar experiences or has got any information they'd like to share with me, feel free, put it in the comment box or even ask me any questions about it. I'd gladly discuss what I know. But for me, on a family visa, stroke married to the gorgeous Nui. Every 12 months it's up for renewal, and mine is up for renewal on the 7th of June. So we started the process to renew it. That process is fairly lengthy, can be complicated, lots and lots of paperwork and documents to produce. Bank statements, marriage certificates, both in Thai and in English, house documents, renting documents, house ownership documents, photographs of Nui and I at home to prove where we live, clearly showing the address, pictures of us in the house, on the patio, in the kitchen, watching TV, and even last year, pictures of the wedding. So all in all, it takes a little while to sort all through these documents, and they want the same amount and the same documents every year, even though a lot of it lies on their system. It counts for very little. You still have to submit all again. But it takes several days to get all this paperwork together, and you end up with 3 packs, 3 large packs of paper. Pack of original certificates, and then 2 packs of two copy packs. And that's what you have to submit. And very often they want to see the original documents as well. So we're into the last month-ish of mine. So we started the process to get it renewed. Started last week. We went to immigration 2 days last week. First day we got there, ready to submit, and they said, sorry, not today. They were only taking 25 applications per day, and by lunchtime there was a sign went up saying no more tickets given out today. So that was a big no-no. It's about a 45-minute journey to Phuket immigration on the bikes, so it's a bit time consuming, and that was for nothing. So we came back again and tried again the following day. Take 2. Guess what? Exactly the same. We got there as early as we could, because there's certain information that you have to include about your bank actually on the day. You have to have a letter from the bank dated on the day of application. You have to make a payment into your account, however small, doesn't matter, a payment on that day, and you have to have your bank book updated on that day. So every time you fail and you go again the next day, you've got to go to the bank and get all the paperwork and letters and book updates again with that day. It costs you 200 baht to go for that. So day 2, same, fail. No more applications. So that was 2 wasted trips. So then I looked online on the Phuket immigration and found that you could actually book an appointment online. So I booked an appointment for yesterday, Tuesday, 9:30. I got an email back immediately saying thank you for your booking, accepted. We'll see you Tuesday the 9th of May at 9:30. That's the time I chose. It was the earliest available appointment. So having spent another 200 baht the 3rd time and got all the bank certificates and statements and updates, we were there yesterday at 8:30. We arrived an hour before the allotted time. They said, take a seat, we will call you when we're ready. So Thai time for a 9:30 appointment, which was pre-booked. I even got an email the day before as a reminder. So all pretty official on that side. So we were there at 8:30, and by 11:30 Thai time they called us in. So you submit your documents and the immigration officer goes through everything with a fine-tooth comb. Which is good, which is thorough, and for some reason Phuket immigration seemed to be the strictest and the toughest immigration in Thailand. They let nobody through unless everything's 110% correct. And they change the rules. Rules are changing all the time, so you find they want an extra few copies of this, they don't want copies of that. And one of the criteria is that you have to keep a certain amount of money in your Thai bank account, and that has to be there at least 2 months before your visa runs out, as I thought. She spotted it. I thought it was going to go through at the last minute. She went through the papers again, and then I saw her writing some dates and sums down on a piece of paper. And then when she reached for the calculator, I thought, hello, here we go, what's wrong? She then told me that actually the money should be shown at least 2 months before application, not visa expiry date. So with that, she could not process the application. And there was not going to be time to clear it by the 7th of June when the visa expires. I think it was something like 18 days short. But nevertheless, she said, Madai, sorry, it won't be cleared in time. So what are the options? Well, the options in that situation are very limited, or virtually nil. There is no temporary 30-day extension on a 12-month family marriage visa after its expiry. So the only thing that you can do, and I did wear my lucky shirt thinking this will see me good, but I think it'll be on the fire. So the only option I had or have is actually to leave Thailand. And basically I have to leave Thailand by or before June the 7th to another country, a neighbouring country. Still to be decided, but it can be any country basically that allows a 30-day re-entry. Cambodia, Vietnam, Laos, Malaysia. So basically what I've got to do around the end of May is to disappear out of Thailand for 24-48 hours to a country that I decide to. I go out of immigration in Thailand, my passport is stamped and visa cancelled. I then re-enter Thailand after 24-48 hours from where I decide to go. And I arrive back in Thailand airport, and I'll get what you get. Welcome, a 30-day stamp. Basically start again time. It's not that uncommon, and there's a few, well, there's quite a lot of people for one reason or another fall foul and have to do exactly the same thing. Not ideal, but what can you do? I'm a guest in this fantastic country. I've got to go along with the law and the requirements. So I come back in, I get a 30-day stamp on my passport, thank you. And then during that 30 days, I've got a chance to then apply and obtain a non-O immigration visa. And that lasts for 90 days, 3 months. And that is the next lead in to either a retirement or family marriage visa. So towards the last month of the non-immigration 3-month visa, 90 days, we can then start the application again for the 12-month marriage visa and spend 2 or 3 days down at immigration. So I'm sorry if it's a little bit of a boring subject, but to us it's very important, and it might just help people that are thinking to come to live out here, to retire out here, to come and live with a Thai wife out here. Not impossible at all. Excuse me, it's hot. But it's not necessarily that easy. And you have to follow the guidelines and the rules 120%. So anybody had any experience of this, or know anyone that's had any problems with this or had to do this, put it in the comments box. Let me know. Maybe you know some more information that I don't. Always willing to learn and always willing to help. So if you've got any questions, ask me the questions. I will repeat, don't worry, don't panic. If you're coming here for holiday, you won't get involved in any of that. It's very straightforward for a tourist entry. So that's the state of play at the moment. Lucky shirt burnt, luck ran out, start again time. I think everywhere and in every subject, and you can always find someone that's worse off than yourself. And I'm not going to mention any names, but I very recently heard stories from two guys, expats, that I know here. Two lovely guys, both of them in the mid to high 70s and been living in Thailand some 15, 16 years, permanently. Retired or got business, and obviously in 15, 16 years they've spent a lot of money into the Thai economy. And they've been on retirement visas. Now these two guys must have used the same people. And I feel so sorry for them, because when it was time for renewing their visa and they made inquiries to start the process, the previous visa was left in the hand of an agent or a local solicitor, who sometimes you can get agents or solicitors that will deal with your visa requirements for you on your behalf. It saves you spending days at immigration, it saves you doing lots and lots of paperwork. They do it all for you. There's many really good companies that provide this service. Of course they charge you for it, but for some people they think it's well worth the use. Now these two guys, on application to renew, suddenly found out that the solicitor or agent that they'd entrusted to sort their previous visa out hadn't done so, and they weren't aware of it. They'd paid the person, and for whatever reason, maybe them two and maybe many other people, but these two guys I do know, they'd let them down. They'd taken the money and not sorted the visa out for them, which then leaves them virtually as a 12-month overstayer, and that's a very serious situation to be in Thailand. As an overstayer, even for a week, if you rock up at the airport to depart for 1 week overstay, it might not be too much of a big thing. You might get a fine of maybe 2,000 baht and away you go, and you can probably return okay. However, even a week over, if you happen to get pulled up by the police before you get to the airport, or get involved in the police in a road check, and you're 1 day, 2 day, 1 week overstayer, they will find that out straight away. Now if they find out that way, it's pretty much an arrestable offence and a deportation instantly, which is not good. So you can imagine how bad these guys felt when they found out they were a 12-month plus overstay. Not a good situation. Very serious indeed. They both had to go to Bangkok, travel to Bangkok to court. They were summoned to court, to the immigration. Not a nice situation, not a nice experience, I'm told by one of them. Treated like a criminal. Basically you are a criminal. Held in custody, in the custody cell, until the case hearing is called, and they had to go before the judge. And not a nice experience when these guys have been here 15 years, 16 years, spent a lot of money on the Thai economy, and then find themselves in this much trouble. Thankfully, however, I'm assuming that the judge took the view that these guys were let down by this agent or solicitor, and I would imagine that they will be, if not already have arrested this guy, and he's probably duped more than these two, maybe many people. And thankfully the judge took the view that these guys, it wasn't their fault. They're long-time livers here. They've never been in trouble with the police. They've always renewed the visas correctly in the past, and they've allowed them to stay. But not a great situation to find yourself in, and I felt really sorry for them. So maybe a lesson learned that if people do use agents, please to make sure that these agents are good and going to fulfill what you pay them to do. So in the grand scheme of things, my situation hopefully isn't as serious as that. I shall go along with it. I shall do what I've got to do towards the end of the month. We'll make arrangements now where I go to come back in and do the cross-border run, and I shall keep you posted on that one. And I shall also make a film when I'm there and when I go, so I can hopefully share the process with you. So that's all today, just a short one, just to catch up on my immigration status, which yesterday morning was good. This morning, not so good. It's start again time, but I'm still here. I'm still smiling. It's one of life's learning curves, and I'm sure it'll be a good experience to go and do and start the process and make it work again. It will, I know it will. So that's all, short one for now. It's still hot under the shade. I'm going to go head back to Newey's kitchen, catch a bit of late breakfast or early lunch, whichever you look at it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Hit the subscribe button, click the like button, share button, tell your friends, leave a comment, ask me any questions, and thanks again. And until the next time, goodbye for now.